PainPerdu.com. He's going to take us on a tour of his warehouse.
Yeah, so this is it. It's on in.
How long have you been doing this?
The website has been live since March. I've been working on this since last summer. We also do wholesale.
Okay.
And then people can order online and also pick up here. This is sort of the main receiving. So it's pretty much slowing down for the day here.
Right.
I'm going to go over here. I don't want to see it right up by the front. So this is the flavor here. They start about 2 or 3 in the morning, laying everything. Yeah, so this is kind of like the end of the day. Just kind of slowing down.
Is most of your fish locally sourced?
We source local whenever we can, but we choose things that are sustainable. So we get stuff from Hawaii and Japan and New Zealand. And as long as it's sustainable according to Monterey Bay Aquarium Seafood Watch.
So I specifically have a question about that.
Yes.
Because I sent out a monthly newsletter, and I sent one out a couple of months ago and it had a tuna tartare.
Okay.
And I got a very nasty response back from someone about using tuna at all.
Okay.
And but you do sell certain kinds of tuna.
We do.
Right.
Tuna can be sustainable depending on how it's caught, where it's from.
Like what kinds?
We sell skipjack tuna. We sell albacore tuna.
The albacore that Rachel used in her sushi was
Right?
so good.
Yeah, the albacore is really good. And then we're actually about to start selling yellowfin or ahi. We finally found a really sustainable source.
Really? Because that's one of the ones people always object to.
Yeah, obviously we don't sell bluefin.
Well, bluefin's really
Yeah.
So where do you source your ahi from?
We're sourcing it from the Philippines. So there's a town called General Santos, Philippines, and our buyer actually was just out there last week, meeting with captains of the boats, taking pictures of all the gear they're using.
How do you find these people? That's just part of the business.
That's one of the trade secrets of seafood, yeah. That's their source.
That's great.
Yeah. I'll show you our little area over here. This is where we package all of our products. We use an eco-friendly alternative to styrofoam because it just didn't seem right to ship stuff in styrofoam, considering most styrofoam ends up in the ocean.
I get a chocolate shipment once a month from a big pastry supplier, and they send in these kind of packages too.
Yeah, so that's it.
It's great.
And then we use like recycled peanuts. We were using biodegradable, but the problem was that there'd be some moisture from the gel packs that we put in, and then they'd kind of just melt in there. So we're still looking for an alternative for that. So we ship FedEx Monday through Thursday, so people receive it Tuesday through Friday, and then people can pick up here at the warehouse Monday through Saturday.
Is it to buy, sustainable seafood? Is it that much more expensive than other options?
No, not necessarily. There's a lot of different factors that go into the equation of if something's sustainable or not. So it's not necessarily more expensive. You just have to do your due diligence to figure out what it is. So, where it's from, how it's caught, and then you have to compare that to a third-party science recommendation. So we use Monterey Bay Aquarium Seafood Watch. So it's kind of a big ask of a caterer who already has a million things to do, and seafood is just sort of one aspect of their menu to say, well, let's try and determine if we can only use sustainable seafood. So we try and make it easy for people just to say, okay, everything's been vetted by third-party science. We're not scientists, and we know it, so we follow, their recommendations, and consumers can buy anything knowing that it's sustainable.
What kind of fishes do you recommend?
We've got all sorts of great stuff. We have really good shellfish. Shellfish is really sustainable because they're filter feeders, so they're grown in the ocean and they actually clean the water.
Right. I know that because of oysters and being from New Orleans.
That's right. Oysters, mussels, clams. We got some really good stuff. We're putting together, and it should be on the website next week, a cioppino package. That's going to be like a couple jars of San Francisco cioppino sauce, a Dungeness crab. We're getting into Dungeness crab season. I think it starts today, actually, which is exciting. Good in season right now.
And what about shrimp? I know shrimp's like it can be
so we're getting
we're
selling Gulf shrimp, wild Gulf shrimp.
Wow, great.
And then we also have Oregon bay shrimp, so the really tiny ones that you put in salads and stuff, and Canadian spot prawns. And they recommend eating Gulf seafood, saying that it's safe. And
I know that.
Is that 100% true? I don't know. they know more than I do.
Parts
So
of the Gulf, like the western part of the Gulf, wasn't really affected. The whole spill was kind of moving eastward.
Right,
and
right.
People said that from the beginning.
uh-huh.
But I know that the fishermen who still are supplying are very grateful that you're buying Gulf shrimp.
Totally, yeah. I'm all for supporting the local fishermen
I
there.
mean, it's just, it'll completely devastate the
Yeah.
economy there if people don't go back to buying Gulf.
Yeah, and I try and monitor every week or two, just see what the new findings are on the seafood coming out of the Gulf. And so far, so good, is what they're saying. So, until I hear otherwise, I'm happy to sell it.
Great.
Yeah.
So is Gulf seafood much more expensive than, say, like...
The price on shrimp went up a little bit. I think that's the only thing we're selling out of the Gulf right now. A lot of our stuff is caught here in the Pacific.
Right. Yeah, I know. I sometimes am able to get wild shrimp from, like, off the coast of Baja.
Okay.
You know, even at Trader Joe's they have it. You know?
Yeah.
So, and it's just, I mean, you know, I had been eating farm shrimp for a very long time, and when I discovered that, I mean, you can just taste the difference. It's so much better.
Right.
You know? And it's
way
really,
better. Yeah. And healthier. There's no antibiotics or chemicals that they often use, when they farm shrimp in Southeast Asia.
It's not that much more expensive. It's like $1 a pound more, maybe.
Yeah, but it's your body. It's worth it.
Yeah. How did you get into this business?
So I love seafood. If it's fresh enough, I'll eat it raw. I grew up here in San Francisco, and I moved down to Arizona for college, and quickly realized that most of the country doesn't have access to the same selection or quality that we're used to. And I thought, hey, can I get it shipped in? There's a couple companies doing it, but selling very unsustainable options, and I saw, man, what a great opportunity to make it easy for people to support sustainable seafood.
Well, gosh, it was great meeting you.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for coming by.
I know it's the end of your day, and you're probably ready to get out of here.
That's
so
cool.
we really appreciate it.
Yeah. Let me see if we don't have some black cod I might be able to give you guys. Or
Okay.
see if we got something fresh. There's a really good recipe where you chop up ginger and green onion, set that aside, salt the fish, put it in the fridge for a couple hours, and then sort of wrap it in foil, splash some sake on it, and then put the ginger and the green onion on top and then steam it for 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, I was telling Pete that there's a very well-known kind of miso marinated black cod dish
Miso
that
marinated,
people use
very
a lot.
good, yeah.
Hey, great, good.
Cool.
Thank you so much, and
You're
thank
welcome.
you for your time.
Yeah, thanks for coming by. I really appreciate
Okay.
it. Help us put the
Bye-bye.
word out.
Great meeting you.
Great to meet you yourself.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Bye-bye.
All right.